Thank you, sir. I prepared only a two short two PowerPoint, two slides.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Uh,
Can you flash the PowerPoint?
it's about Laffer curve again, sir, because I updated the Laffer curve containing the latest data as of full year 2024. So the the relationship between tax rate and tax revenue has been affirmed again. So the theory is correct. Then I devised another chart, the inverse of the Laffer curve, or you may call it a plus curve.
Comsec, okay.
Please.
Okay na.
Ayan, sir. Just two slides. So the first slide is about, this is my last column 3 weeks ago. The Laffer Curve Philippines tobacco taxation from 2017 to 2025. The tax rate are indicated in the horizontal curve, no? The tax rate are on the law, based on the law, on various laws. And then the actual tax revenues are on the vertical side. So it shows that initially the Laffer Curve is developed by American economist and Arthur Laffer, saying that uh, when you raise tax rate, initially the revenues will increase, but after some time, as you become more greedy about collecting more taxes, the law of unintended consequence kicks in. Instead of collecting more money, you collect less money. In collecting billions, you collect less billions. So the the optimal tax rate in effect is 50 pesos per pack. That happened in 2021. But because of certain pera billions tax, it didn't happen. The reverse happened. Okay, and they don't want to admit that there's a relationship between tax rate and tax revenues. The actual data, these are data from the DOF and the BIR itself. But the latest data there is for 2024, it declined to 134.4 billion pesos. So it's not exactly a beautifully, like Mayon volcano uh, slope. It's a little bit of down, a little bit flattening. It's going down. Next slide. This is my last slide. So the inverse curve of the Laffer curve is the Laffer curve is inverted. This is a little bit of U, no? Little check, parang right mid. Uh, so in a sense, the passionate desire to collect more taxes inadvertently is enriching the smugglers, uh, terrorists, bombers, etc. because they're the ones who are doing the illegal smuggling, illicit trade. So as taxes increases, the price gap between legal and illegal increases, as shown by the Philip Morris guy. The legal of Chesterfield, 150 pesos, and then the illegal is 50 pesos. So 100, kung ako, gusto ko lang mag-use, hindi naman ako pumapatay ng tao, hindi naman ako nag-rape. Gusto ko lang mag-use sarili ko. Bakit ako bibili ng 150 pesos, andyan naman 60 pesos? So it's perfectly rational human behavior. And some people think that is wrong. It is illegal to think rationally. No? Dapat bawal, bawal, bawal. So the law of unintended consequences occurred. In effect, the health groups that want more billions have become the unintentional allies of the smugglers and criminals. So what to do? Instead of further raising the tax, reduce the tax and make the price gap between the legal and illegal small, so that the price attractiveness of the illegal will be eroded. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oplas. Mr. Dulay, are you ready here, sir?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. If you may allow me to read a short statement.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm Joey Dulay, President of the PSIA. I'm here today on behalf of the Philippine E-Cigarette Industry Association, representing over 300 businesses and 10,000 allied vapers who serve more than 1 million Filipino adult consumers of smoke-free alternatives. Firstly, we want to recognize the significant progress the government has made in regulating our industry. The passage of RA number 11900 was a landmark step in establishing a clear fiscal framework for vapor products. It acknowledged the role of these alternatives in harm reduction and set the foundation for responsible marketing, age restrictions, and product standards. We also commend the government's intent in House Bill number 11360 to create a unified tax structure. The proposed 2% to 4% annual increase is a step forward in reducing misdeclaration and promoting compliance, goals we fully support. However, we respectfully raise concern over the proposed tax rate of 66.15 per ml for vapor products. This rate is excessive and unsustainable. It will place immense pressure on legitimate tax-paying businesses, many of which are already struggling to compete with the growing illicit market. And worse, it risks pricing vapor products at or above the cost of cigarettes, undermining their role in harm reduction. This is not just a business issue, it's an economic one. In 2024 alone, authorities reported 9.19 billion seized worth of illegal tobacco and vape products, more than double the previous year. The BIR projects 240.3 billion in lost excise tax revenues over the next 3 years due to illicit trade. If we continue down this path, we risk losing thousands of jobs, weakening government revenue, and empowering the underground economy. We are not opposing taxation. We are advocating for a fair and sustainable rate of 30 pesos per ml, a rate that supports compliance, protects jobs, and ensures adult smokers have access to regulated, less harmful alternatives. We believe in working with government to craft policies that are fair, practical, and aligned with public health goals. Let us continue this collaboration to ensure that the regulation supports, not stifles, responsible businesses, consumer safety, and national economic growth. Your Honor, may I comment on some things that I've heard this morning and this afternoon?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
There were graphic pictures of how the industry sells its products. I would just like to correct the notion. It might give the impression that the whole industry is a rogue industry. There is a compliant industry. So I am part of that compliant industry. The DTI and the BIR set forth requirements, regulations, and so on. Yung RA 11900, Your Honor, is a very good legislation. Kailangan lang natin pong i-implement o i-enforce. Dahil po, ang pinag-uusapan dito kanina, ang mga kabataan, bawal naman talaga po sa RA 11900 magbenta sa below 18. Yung mga sinasabing mga pictures na nakikita natin kanina na mga very colorful, nakaka-attract ng bata, yun po ay illicit. Hindi po namin yun binibenta kasi ang DTI po meron ng regulation yan na bawal ang mga colorful. Hindi po papasa ang inyong produkto. Hindi po yan mapupunta sa merkado kung colorful nga, if attractive to minors. So talagang ang implementation po saka enforcement ang importante sa amin. I was in a forum, in a media forum a couple of months ago with the Commissioner Jun Lumagi of the BIR. And I expressly told him that kung ano kailangan ng industry, yung talagang enforcement. So that's the thing that we really need to focus on is the enforcement. Dahil maganda po yung batas eh. Kung masusunod po ang batas,